We got a little February madness this morning. Michelle's tracking this snowstorm. What's the latest?
50s yesterday afternoon, Patrick, upper 50s in spots. And now this morning we are dealing with snow that will accumulate through the morning and early afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at our conditions outside right now. And starting off on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar, over the last 2 hours since we've been on the air here this morning, we've seen that rain snow line dropping southward. So when we started off the morning, we were just seeing snow in the northwest corner at 4:30 in the morning, but now that rain snow line has made its way into the East Bay and even the coast of Rhode Island, Narragansett, Newport, and shortly here Fall River, New Bedford, going to start to see that transition over to the heavier wet snowfall. And on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar, I want to show you where some of that heavier snow is, and really as we start to transition over to the snowfall, it won't take long for this to accumulate. You can see some of these darker shades of blue here along and west of 95, where we are dealing with some moderate snowfall. It's sticking to the grass. It won't be long before it starts to stick to the pavement too, even though the pavement is still warm. Now down along the coastline, it's mostly just rain, New Bedford out to Cape Cod, but even there, as we head into the next hour or two, you're going to start to transition over to snow, which has already occurred over the Providence area. Let's go into the Providence metro area, because now if you're traveling along 95 and 295 this morning, you are dealing with the snowfall. Again, roadways are mostly wet, but traveling between Warwick, Cranston, Seekonk, and East Providence plan on reduced visibility as those temperatures are dropping now to just around the freezing mark. Today, our threat tracker in the high level as we continue to track that rain changing to snow. It's a heavy and wet consistency, not out of the question with some of the higher snowfall totals that we're expecting away from the coastline. We could see some limbs or branches breaking, and possibly there's small risk of some isolated power outages. It'll also turn a little breezy for this afternoon too. Tonight, threat tracker's medium. The temperatures drop. Could see black ice form, and that could lead to some slick travel, especially anything untreated. Saturday, though, threat tracker's back to low. Winter storm warning in effect until 3 o'clock for most of the area. Traveling south and east of Providence, we're expecting slightly less snow, so a winter weather advisory in effect there. The temperatures still above freezing. Providence southward, it's 36 in Newport, 38 in New Bedford, 42 with rain in Hyannis. But notice the temperatures as the snow fell. That transition happened, we started to pull down the colder air. So now Smithfield's at 32, Providence at 33, Westerly at 36. This is a view of the Braga Bridge and Fall River, Providence. It's snow falling from our hurricane barrier camera. And looking at the satellite and radar storm system off of the mid-Atlantic coastline, going to track to the north and east today, staying offshore, but close enough with that westward trend that we saw with our computer models yesterday to bring us higher impacting snow. So let's look at the Futurecast. How about how amazing this computer model is doing so far, timing out the transition to snow. So we'll trust it here at 8 o'clock in the morning. New Bedford down through Fall River, you're changing over and looking at some wet snowfall, still a mix heading out to the Cape Cod Canal and probably plain rain out to the Cape. But over the end of the morning and through the afternoon, we see snow that'll be coming down at rates of about an inch an hour. So it will accumulate quickly here through the morning and early afternoon. By the evening commute, this is the start of it, say 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Snow ending across Rhode Island, taking a little bit longer. Southeastern Massachusetts, midnight tonight, we're dry. How much snow are we looking at? About 4 to 7 inches across inland parts of Rhode Island, southeastern Massachusetts, about 3 to 5 inches along the immediate coastline. So the commute's going to be really tough this morning. Not only are we dealing with slick roads, but also poor visibility with that wet snow continuing to fall through much of the afternoon hours. By the evening commute, again, it's dry but icy with those temperatures around 32 degrees. So 7-day Futurecast. We are dry over the weekend, upper 30s Saturday, low 40s on Sunday. We've got our eye on possibly more snow, especially in the Tuesday time frame for early next week. You want to check in